Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. And yes, I'm in bed. I have my big satin bonnet on that I made and my little peach here, my little lilac. Yeah, she's a Shih Tzu. Yeah, she's really nice and cuddly. Yeah, right now it is October 21st, 2020, and the time is now 8:44 a.m. in the morning. And this is a very interesting moment right now. Um, it's really ironic how things are in this world. I'm trying to keep my calm. Yeah, I just completed my book, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Let me show you. Yeah, oh, it's backwards, but yeah, this is Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe. It is a novel, a fiction on slavery. And I decided to get the book. I got the book in July 22nd, when it arrived here in my place. Um, I wanted to understand the term Uncle Tom. And Uncle Tom actually was a good guy. And I'm wondering whether an abolitionist is the author of this book. And she decided to do the book as a wake up to the northern states, the evils of slavery. And it's really something that I just completed reading it maybe 10 minutes ago, or even less. And I was just going to give just a recap of it. In short, about with Uncle Tom. He was an honorable guy. He was an honest man. He had a wife. He had a baby, an infant, at the time when he was resold uh, from his oppressor to pay off debt. And it showed different families involved in the story of Uncle Tom's Cabin, different scenarios. And I'm not going to really go into it, but that an author could only write from their experience. The author writes in their understanding of the people. She was not a slave or a former slave. She was to understand, a white woman, and she was an abolitionist. She was against slavery, and I gather because of her writing, a very religious woman of the Christian faith. And so her characters also, Uncle Tom also was a very pious man, and he actually died defending uh, the whereabouts of two female slaves. Uh, Both of them were very, very fair complected, and they were what they would call house slaves, offspring of a white man and a black slave woman, or mulatto slave woman. And they had escaped, but they stayed in a portion of the house, and Tom knew of it. They tried to get him to go with them, but he was very pious. Says, no, we shouldn't do evil like this, and blah blah blah. So the owner, when it was discovered that the owner, I should say owner, the oppressor, when the two ladies escaped, they knew that Tom had to know about it, and he stood his ground. And they wanted him um, tell them where the ladies were, and also they wanted him to become what do you call it? A slave driver. And he said, "None of your life." He said, "You can do whatever way you want to do with me, but you're not going to force me." Yeah, they wanted him to whip this woman, and he said no. He was adamant he's not going to do it, and it cost him his life. They beat him to death. So I hold Uncle Tom, but despite his the the religious, the piety of him, he was a good guy, and he had principle. That's the main thing. Uncle Tom had principles, and even as a slave, he stood by his principle, and that I admire him for, and I admired that he, even as a slave, and he wasn't able to see his wife and child again, but he stood his ground, and he was willing to die for principle. So that's all that I really would say about the book. But why I'm also doing this video, well, I turned on this tablet that I'm using, and I thought I was going to give more details about Uncle Tom's Cabin. And when I turned on my tablet and pressed on one of the apps to watch YouTube, a message pops up on the screen, a big one, and it said that that I was given a strike on my channel, Spirit Journey channel, that I violated community guidelines. I was at community guidelines that I violated, and that I will not be able to upload or do anything on my channel. No live streams. I was doing live streams mostly, and I cannot upload or do anything on my channel for 1 week, and if I do another violation, I would get 2 weeks penalty. Okay, so it gave an option to 2 buttons to press, and one was to find out what the violation was, what video, because they didn't say what video or anything like that. So I pressed, hey, what was the violation? Show me, the video that I'm being punished for airing. And it didn't do it. I pressed it, and then the screen went blank. Yeah. I think I know what video it was. I did a live stream yesterday on COVID. There's okay, and it's ironic. Alex Jones was a YouTuber, and his channel was pulled permanently, but he has a website, so he has his videos on his website, and I was watching it yesterday, his channel, and it was an update of this what do you call White Coat Summit. They're doctors, and it's called America's Frontier, or America's Frontline Doctors, something like that. These are doctors who work in the field of medicine, and these doctors are treating their patients, and many of their patients have the virus. And over the summer, I think it was in July sometime, they had their first summit, and one lady in particular was saying that there's a cure for COVID. She's originally from Nigeria, and she was very bold. And well, they pulled down the video on social media. And on Alex Jones' channel, he has the second one, and that's one that I was watching initially yesterday. and it gave the website of where the of this organization, America's Doctors, and so I got the name, and then I went on their website, and they had both videos. The initial video that was banned on all of social media, and the new one. And so what I did yesterday to educate people, to give people options of the different health health treatments of this COVID. And so I aired live stream the video, both of them. I started with the initial one that was banned, and then the follow-up. I gave it a general title name that doesn't have the word COVID. I think I titled it an alternative to treating yourself and your family, something like that. And then in the description, it's something very general also. And I believe it was that one that they are punishing me for. And why I'm going to talk about it. And it's ironic, because here, this is a book about slavery. See, the different forms of slavery. That's why I'm doing this video right now. The different forms of oppression, of slavery, and of abuse, and of coercion. There's a silent kind, and that's what's happening now. That you're not free. You don't have the freedom to express yourself. You don't have the freedom to share with people information. Information is being denied the public. You can have videos showing people's death, sexual material, but God forbid if you share a video about health that could save a life, because it's not in the they don't want you to know about it. They want you dependent on their medicine, and their medicine, it's a new medicine. They want to promote a vaccine that's being patented by a very questionable person by the name of Fauci, Dr. Fauci. And I heard about him, the person that, there was a woman that was studying the HIV virus. So this is going back in the 1980s. And this Fauci tried to coerce her to give this information, this research paper. And she said no, because the person in charge was out for the week or something like that. And that when he comes back from his vacation or where he was, that he could address that matter with him and have him give it to Fauci. Well, it basically cost her job, that stand that she did. So, so she didn't have the freedom to really say no. She said no, of course. And, there's protocol, and that, she shouldn't have been the one to give it, because it wasn't her, she wasn't in charge of the research, but her boss. Protocol, you go about it the other way. I think she did the right thing, and it shows that, see, people take people's credit, and they take, this Fauci eventually got the paper from that guy, and he kind of like sat on the paper. He waited some time, and then he took credit, and he claimed the research as his own and patented something about it with it. He got credit for it. So that's stealing. So now you have this same creep who's telling people how about medicine and what to do. Okay? Now, someone who shows lack of morality and stealing a paper and taking credit, and then now devising or trying to promote this vaccine and it not having human trials on it, test it. They want to test it on you. What's in this vaccine? And again, he gets the glorious seat again. But in this America's Frontline Doctors organization of doctors, MDs, who actually are treating patients. The Nigerian lady had treated over 300 patients that have COVID. So she's right up there to getting her hands deep in this whole virus. She said she was never sick. Yes, she does wear a mask with her patients. She told about the different methods. She uses the zinc, hydroxychloroquine, and this other thing. She says 200 milligrams of hydroxychloroquine twice a week, and then take daily the zinc and this other thing. So she said it serves as a cure. It prevents. And here she's able to treat her patients, whatever, and none of them died. And hydroxychloroquine is something that's been on the market for about 60 years. And she also said that it's safe to use. And when the so-called scientist, Fauci, used it, he didn't use it, it wasn't used correctly. He used a high dosage, which was toxic to the body. But to use something correctly, and this has been used correctly for about 60 years, yet they want to forget this and poo-poo it because they're what's the term? They want to control your health using their so-called medicines, and again, you don't know what it's going to do. And it's a medicine, hydroxychloroquine, is something that is an over-the-counter drug in many countries, in the Americas, and in Africa. It's over-the-counter. It's because it's considered safe. It's used in malaria, to treat malaria. So this is another form of slavery, that you're not really free. Yes, you can make money. You can smile and hold hands. You could even be in an interracial relationship. You can visit different countries. But what you cannot do now, you cannot fight the system of true oppression over social media and sharing information. Sharing information is being blocked. And if you dare to republish what was pulled off of the internet, I thought after all this time and all these vaccines are going to be coming out, I think I must have known the risk of what could happen, my publishing it, republishing it, and giving a link of the website. They said no, and so they smacked my hand, and so my commerce is being prevented. My ability to, because I am monetized on YouTube, so say you cannot. We're going to punish you. We're going to put the thing around your neck and choke you, so that you're not going to put it up again. Yet this is the third time they pulled a video from me. And so this is what modern day slavery looks like. They give you a long leash, but you cannot do what offends the new masters / oppressors. That's what they are. They are oppressors. And so isn't slavery about holding back somebody's ability to enterprise, that the labor of their own hands are being restricted? So here I labored in uploading that video, doing the live stream, and so they blocked it. And they say, you're not going to make, I mean, if they don't like the video, they just pull it. But now saying, you cannot, but we're going to punish you for a week. You're in the bad girl's room. You got a spanking. This is a spanking. A modern day whip. It's social media. A lot of people are on social media. Many people earn a living on social media. And now again, for a third time, video being pulled because of truth. The other two videos was my own work, questioning this incident, whether something was a hoax or not. And then I presented different information that was posted. But because I questioned the narrative, is this really happening? Is this a hoax? Oh, God forbid. So I got punished. Yeah, one was on the Dillon roof. The guy who stormed into a church during a Bible study, and after the Bible study that he attended for an hour, he shoots all the people in there. So I questioned some of the narrative, what the information that was shared, and I forget what the second one was. But see, they want you to, they get you dependent on social media, and you could enterprise and earn money on social media, and now they say, oh, well, you cannot post that. And if you post it again, we're going to give you a no-no, a spanking, pull the video, and pull your ability to make money. This is a modern day slavery. And I'm very sad about it, because here it's ironic. I'm just completing a book moments ago and was to discuss it. And it's like, what's the use? Why do people get apathy? Because of things like this. Sometimes you just give up. You just become a wanderer. You just become, you just kind of mosey along, but your life force is being sucked from you. I hate it. I hate it. This is not freedom. This is not freedom at all. So that's all that I want to share. I see it's on 23 minutes right now. And again, I can't upload this anyhow. I mean, I could upload to other channels, but not my primary channel. So that's all that I want to say. And this is life. This is life. And this is what invisible chains, modern day chains look like. Yeah. So I thank you again for listening. Peace and love to you. And pray for me. Pray for me for guidance and how to really steer my life as a so-called free person. Yeah, cream always rises to the top, and I'm that cream. And I'm very thankful of what I am and my history. Shame on you, YouTube, and all of you who do wickedness like this. And those who are good at YouTube, bless you. Okay? Thank you again. And yes, I hope you like my little satin bonnet. Yes, it's satin on the outside and inside, preserving my hair. Yeah. Thank you again. Bye bye.